Hi, good afternoon, everybody. This is Brittany Jennings, and we are live over Zoom right now with Beth Stockdale from your Total Body Wellness Center. Say hello.
Hi, everybody.
How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing fabulous. How are you?
Feeling good, feeling good. And we've also got Renee and her daughter joining us from LSF.
Hi.
And we
Hey,
may have
guys.
more people joining us as we get going here. We invited some friends to jump onto the Zoom call. And Beth, I would love for you to talk a little bit about yourself and what you do there at your Total Body Wellness Center.
Oh, I would love to. Thank you, Brittany. I am the owner of your Total Body Wellness Center. I have been opened at this present location, which is 800 East Venice Avenue, Suite C, since October of 2018. But my company, I opened the company in 2012. So April will be this month. Oh my gosh, I'm 8 years old this month.
Yay!
Hey. So a couple of the things that are going on here at the Wellness Center that I would like to tell people about. With the virus that's going on, there are some modalities here that will help you in the areas of your respiratory system, specifically, and increasing your white blood count, which helps fight off the virus. I am walking into my salt room, and basically I'm going to switch the camera. Hold on. All right, this is the room. It's very zen-like in here, as you can see, but I'm going to turn the lights up so you can actually see what's going on. This is the salt room, and basically it's the size of a 4-person sauna chamber. I'm just going to open the door, and you can see there's salt on the floor, and there's enough room in there for 3 people that are kind of friendly, because the atmosphere in there it's sanitized because of the salt. If you're more comfortable, I'll go ahead and switch it again. Back to me. If you're more comfortable being in there by yourself, absolutely. But what the salt does is it gets into your respiratory system and kills off bacteria. So it's really important to clear up your respiratory system and your sinuses. I've been getting pollen alerts the last 2 mornings for those of you that are suffering from allergies. If you are suffering from your allergies, you're weakening your immune system. And a weakened immune system is one of the huge risk factors for getting the virus. So my whole purpose is to keep you all as healthy as possible, to keep your immune system strengthened. The other thing I have here is my far infrared sauna. What that does is it raises up your body temperature, that increases production of the white blood cells, which do what? Kills off the virus.
Woo!
So the virus, I know. I mean, the salt room and the sauna, these 2 are your powerhouse to keep you healthy and boost up your immune system. So I wanted to make sure everyone knew that I had those available here at the Wellness Center, and I am open. I've got precautionary measures in place. We've got wipes, we've got gloves, and what I should be getting in the next couple of days is a no contact thermometer. So I'll be able to check people's temperature as they come in.
Awesome. Sounds like you're prepared, and it's important for people to know all the things that you offer, because you can truly offer them a lot of help right now under the circumstances.
Well, I think what is getting lost here is the CDC is coming out with their numbers right now of the people this is hitting the hardest, and those people have pre-existing conditions. Go figure, no surprise there. Diabetes, high blood pressure, respiratory issues, and cardio issues. So what we need to do is start getting rid of eliminating those pre-existing conditions.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's what's going to be my focus here in the next couple of weeks, is putting some programs together. All you smokers out there, guess what? I'm going to put putting smoking program together, because if there was any time to quit, now's the time.
Preach it. And today we're going to do some stretching, right? We're going to lead some classes. And what things do people need at home, or what can they use at home to join in?
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera, and I have enlisted my dear friend. Here we go. So you can go ahead and pick it now. All right, so I have enlisted my friend Donna. Hi, everybody. Good. So some basic things. If you have available either a fan, something like this, you probably have it laying around, you haven't used it for years. Here's a fan. If you have a broom or a mop, Go ahead and grab that. And the other thing, if you have available, is just a basic chair. A kitchen chair is fine, just a chair that doesn't have any wheels on it. You don't want it moving around. All right, so we're going to start with some stretching basics, or some posture basics. I'm going to talk a lot about standing hip distance apart. There's no other way to explain this. Chest or nipples down is the way you want to align your body. So if you think of it lying straight down from your chest or your nipples, okay, it's going to go right through the middle of your pelvis, down through your knees, down through your ankles, out to between your big toe and your first toe. That's hip distance apart when I'm talking about these stretches. We're going to concentrate today on relieving lower back pain and stress, because what causes that are tight hip flexors. Looks like this. All right, what does that look like? That looks like you've been sitting on the couch. You've been sitting at a desk working on your computer, and then let's pull your shoulders over. There we go. This is what you probably look like for the last few weeks. So what we're going to do is we're going to straighten you up, and we're going to open those hip flexors up. Number one, but you need to stretch out your legs to relieve the pressure on your back. And you have to start at the bottom and stretch out those muscles from your ankles up to relieve the pressure on your back, because what happens is you have pulling, U-L-L-I-N-G, from your leg muscles, and your legs are attached to your back through a lot of different muscles and ligaments. One of them is your psoas. It goes right from here to back here. If this leg is tight, it's going to pull, and I'm going to guarantee you it's not going to pull evenly. So you're going to have an asymmetrical pull on one side of your body and not the other, which is then it's going to affect your back. And the other thing that affects your back is putting excess weight. So that's the other thing I want you guys to start considering, because then it throws your spine out of alignment. So we're going to talk about a lot about the way you stand. But so our first stretch is going to be, yes, down at your calves. This is where I want you to grab your broom. I usually use these trekking poles. If you could get these trekking poles, Walmart, Target, pardon me? Or a cane. Or a cane. A cane would be perfect too. For the input. A cane would work too. But for today's purposes, just have something laying around the house is a broom. You always want to put your assistant on the leg that you're going to be lifting. So again, you're going to stand in front of something that's got a little bit of a lift to it. Maybe a couple of inches, so you can start low and then work up. Think about the legs into your lower body, like that. So you're just going to approach the incline. You're going to put that foot up and drop that heel down. And you're going to feel those calves screaming. Seriously. So you're going to want to do this. You're going to hold each stretch. Let's start with 10 seconds, then work up to 20 seconds, then work up to 30 seconds, but you're going to do each foot 3 times. So this is good. So you can do that, hold that. Then you're going to take your broom, and you're going to switch it to the other side. Toes up, heels down. Now you see, I'm standing straight up. I'm not doing this. Those hips are going forward. I can crack my back. I can hear it. And you're just going to hold it. Now, you can use anything to provide the lift. I have a 10-pound weight here that lifts up the top of my foot just fine. So you can use something like a weight. Look around your house for anything that you can just bring those toes up towards you, stretch out your calf. All right, so each leg 3 times, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, work up to 30 seconds. All right, now that we've stretched out our calves, we're going to work up to stretching out our behind the knee. And I'm going to go sideways. And I wore these pants specifically. All right, you're going to sit on the edge of the chair, lining up your legs, knees, ankles, and again, that hip distance apart. And you're going to sit on the edge, posture straight up and down. You're going to take your band, and those gals that have those bands for the handles, put the handle around your foot. Ideally, you want to do around the top of the foot and draw the top of the foot back just like it was on a step. You guys, I want you to watch because those handles may roll and come out too. So put them in the middle of your foot if you can. So the stretch is pulling back that foot, posture nice and straight, lift that leg up. And behind your knee should be screaming about it. We're like, oh my gosh.
This feels good, Beth.
What was that?
I said, this feels good.
Yes, it really does. The key is not to rock back. Maintain your posture and then just lift it up as high as you can. And hold it, say 10 seconds is good on this one. But what it's doing is you have connectors behind your knee. Here, your calf muscle, your soleus, your gastrocnemius attaches here behind your knee. And then your hamstring attaches behind your knee. What we're doing right now is stretching out those attachment points. Again, we're working our way up. So you're going to do that with each leg. Once you've stretched out, we're going to work back up now to our hamstrings. So basically, walk. Okay. I'm going to go back over to the steps because we're going to start low here. Get your broom again. Heel up, toes back forward. This position with this foot, you're going to get really familiar with. These toes are always going to come back toward you. And you're going to hold that for about 10 seconds, 20 seconds, or 30 seconds, however you're comfortable with. You're going to do it with the other leg. Again, moving your support to the other leg. Your second round, what I want you to do to increase that stretch is pick your hips back just a little bit and bend from your waist, keeping your chest nice and high. So that'll exaggerate that stretch just a little bit. And then you bring yourself up. Now, I started very low on that time. Once you get a little bit better with the stretch, you can work your way up to something as high as that chair that we used before. And because then you can stretch more, and then again you can add that forward fold to there. And you should be really feeling that stretch like now the whole length of the leg. How you doing, Brittany?
Oh, I'm feeling the burn. I'm definitely feeling the burn. I've been on my computer all day, so this feels nice.
Good, yay! All right, in the last stretch, we're going to go through the upper hamstrings and the lower back. You can do this, and you can just watch me, but you need to look around your house to see what you have available. It's going to be a counter. Kitchen counter, bathroom counter, one of your counters that you can grab onto. Stretches is just dropping down and getting a nice little stretch. Arms straight. Squeeze your shoulder blades together in the back and just sink into that. All right, so we have your calves, your knees, your hamstrings, your upper hamstrings. All right, now we're going to start opening up those hips. This is probably the one stretch, if I have ever seen any stretch that is done incorrectly, it's this one. It's called a quad stretch. Find something that you can hold on to. Again, hip distance apart. You're going to grab that leg, both knees right next to each other, and you're going to pull that leg back with your heel in the middle of your foot. I'm standing straight up and down. Those knees are right next to each other. What I have seen looks more like chicken wings and this, and there's sort of yoga poses that look like that, but this stretch, it is very straight up and down, both knees right next to each other, no button, no glute. Hold that 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, whichever is good for you, and then switch, grab the other one, right in the middle of the glute. With your heel. That's what you shoot from. Now, if you can't get that far up, you can only do that, just do that. that strap that you had, you can always tuck the foot, you can hold it there, but really try to keep your posture up and down, because what we're working at now is stretching out that bottom strap with those jig-like muscles and your hips. All right, now we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna go down on the floor. Move some of this stuff out of the way. And that's what I do around here. I just move things around as we go. All right, the first stretch that we're going to do is one that you're probably familiar with. It's called a bridge. And it's a classic exercise stretch. Now we're getting into what we've done up to this point are called static stretches. That's the first thing that you do. Now we're moving into active stretching is what it's called. So that there is some movement involved with these last stretches. So, feet, hip distance apart, everybody's parallel, palms are up, and what you're going to do is you're going to take your belly button and rotate it down into the mat, and you're going to lift up. You're going to push down on your heels, and push down in those big toe, those knuckles, right below your big toes. And what this is doing is opening up these hips, and strengthening your back at the same time, and lower.
This one's tough, Beth.
What was that?
I said, this one's tough.
Oh, yes, I can't wait to watch it. All right, so you're going to rotate your belly button down, and lift. Now, the reason why your palms are up is because I don't want you to push down into the ground and try to lift yourself up. So palms up, and down. And the last one is rotate your belly button down, lift, and okay, raise your arms up. So this is so that you're not using your hands at all to brace yourself, and really squeeze your glutes, squeeze your tummy, but really opening up those, and then lower down. So that is what we call the traditional bridge. All right, the other ones, the next one I have, you're going to get on all fours. And you're going to take your left hand and your left knee, and you're going to move it higher or above the other. So in other words, here's where my hands and knees are straight across from each other. I want your left hand up and your left knee up. And what you're going to do is rock back, forward and back. And what this is doing, loosening up that lower back. So now we're adding a little bit of movement in with this stretch. And you'll feel this in your hips. It should feel pretty good. So you're going to do 10 on that side. Switch. And then you're going to do 10 on the other side. Good. That's one of your hip stretches. Your next one is, I know this one looks a little crazy, but it's totally opening up this one. Right in here and right here. If your knee is pointed at noon, your right leg should be pointed at 3. And you're literally just going to push off this knee a little bit and into that, your right leg. And you will feel the stretch of your psoas, which runs from here to here. It runs from the forward to the front to the back. You will feel a nice stretch in there, and you'll also feel a nice stretch with this hip. So you're going to do that with both legs, and I know we're kind of running out of time, but there's one last stretch I want to do. Are we okay, Brittany?
We're good.
Okay, this one's going to be fun, guys. These are hip circles. All right. So what you're going to do, you're going to grab your legs and you're going to do circles with them. I did this earlier today and my back cracked. Sounded like snap, crackle, pop. So you're going to go in one direction and then you're going to go in the other. And you're going to do those 10 times. And then you're going to hold one knee and do circles with the other. find out a lot about yourself when you go to do this. Like how well the right side of your brain is connected with the left side of your body. You have a difficult time doing these rotations, because then it is there's part of your brain that is not connecting, and so we need to strengthen that part of your brain. And then you'll switch, and you'll hold your left knee, and you'll do circles with your right knee, and you'll reverse it. These just feel good. This is like after you've been working, sitting all day long, and you just need to get some movement in those hips, and just, it'll just feel good to get fluid going through that part of your body. And what's really important is you do have lymph nodes right there in your groin. So especially those exercises that we did, well, movement in there and some fluid in there. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to switch the camera around. All righty. So how'd that go, guys?
I mean, I feel good. I feel like my blood's moving. What about you, Renee?
Yeah, good. Absolutely. It was harder for me because I have a torn hamstring and a torn meniscus. And so trying to do some of those things were not so good, but it was good to stretch.
Okay, it's good to stretch. So with your situation, you're literally going to start with that calf stretch, right? And when you do the hamstring, you're just going to use that low of a lift to do the hamstring.
Right.
When you do the hamstring stretch on the chair, you're just going to lift your leg up until you feel a stretch, and then you're going to stop and hold it. This is the way I teach and the way I coach. We don't push through pain.
Right.
When you start feeling that stretch, that's where your limit is for that day. And you just stay there. Yeah. We don't, because if you start pushing through these kind of stretches, that's when you start pulling and ripping and tearing things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not good. So, yeah. So I think it's going to be most beneficial when you guys can watch this again now that you've seen it.
Right.
But this was great.
But just remember, you start from the bottom up. Every time, you always have to work in that sequence.
And for people that are joining us now, Beth, just reintroduce yourself and talk a little bit again about how you're open for business and can help people right now.
Oh, absolutely. I am the owner of Your Total Body Wellness Center. It is located at 800 East Venice Avenue, Suite C, here in Venice, Florida, 34285. You can call me, text me at 941-468-7091. You can find me on Facebook, Your Total Body FL, or through Senior Blue Book. I am open for business. We have decided that I fall under the provisions of healthcare providers because I have some modalities here, specifically the salt room that offers therapeutic respiratory treatment. Awesome. And the sauna, I have an infrared sauna here, which with raising the body temperature increases your white blood cell production, which helps fight off the virus. So those two pieces of equipment that I have here are like so important right now. And again, I am practicing the safety measures, the precautions, the 6 feet social distancing. I have wipes, I have gloves, and I do have a thermometer on its way.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you spending some time with us this afternoon. And for those that watched it live, thanks for joining us, but also everybody that's going to watch this afterwards. This is an excellent video for stretching, and use this every day, whether we're working from home or in office. You can use all these stretches and call Beth, get some more information, and set up an appointment.
And at this point, actually, confession time, this was my first online exercise video.
You did awesome.
So if this is something that interests people, I'm trying to just see what the interest level is for stretching, low-level weights, and body resistance exercises. If there's enough interest, I'll do it for you guys.
Awesome. Well, we'll definitely have you back for our page, and I'm sure hopefully people will use you. And even, I just thought of this too, like communities that are looking to do, like, obviously with following all protocol, but like small group exercises or things like that, you could actually hire Beth to do them virtually for you too.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the only reason I haven't done that sort of thing at this point is just not having the space to do classes. That's why my training's always been like one-to-one, or maybe a couple or a couple of friends, because you've seen my space. I really don't have the space here to do a.
Yeah, but you could even, just like we just did, do it virtually. They can hook it up to their TVs and everything at the communities, and it's so important more than ever to get up and get moving right now. So
Absolutely.
Well,
get moving. Side too.
Well, thank you so much again. We appreciate you, and I hope you have a great Friday and weekend.
You too. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.